Want a cross between sci-fi horror and an action flick? Tonight we bring you Resident Evil. Nearly all of the movies we talk about on Terror in the Tropics can be found on Netflix, but you will need to be able to access Netflix's global library. It's so cheap. Click the link to watch our how-to video and thank me later. The Resident Evil film is modeled after the groundbreaking video game of the same name. Most of you know that, but how much do you know? Let's find out on today's segment of Oh wow, more nerdy shit. Yay. Did you know that the name of the original game was Biohazard? If so, congratulate yourself. That's some nerdy shit, bro. Released in Japan in 1988, the US Biohazard team decided they didn't want to play around with the licensing. Hardcore metal band, Biohazard, being one potential conflict, so they held an office contest to rename the game for the US market. And because the game is almost entirely set inside a mansion, the team came up with Resident Evil. The producer didn't like it, but the marketing team loved it, and so he eventually caved and Resident Evil was born. After helping to resurrect a mostly dead zombie film genre, see what she did there? The franchise went on to span 7 movies and a Netflix series. Of course, the game spawned much more than the movies. There are comics, animated films, many subsequent sequel games, merch, and so much more. The film actually holds the record for most successful video game film series ever. The film follows Amnesiac heroine Alice and a band of Umbrella Corporation commandos as they attempt to combat an evil AI control system who's locked down one of Umbrella Corps' facilities. The movie is shot mostly in the Hive, which is a sick as hell sprawling underground research facility full of all kinds of creepy crawlies. The Hive? Things are finally starting to get good. The Hive was actually built in an airport hangar in Berlin, Germany, which took 4 months to build. In the movie, the Hive is located in a fake as hell sounding Raccoon City. I think it just gets lost in translation. Remember, the premise is originally Japanese, and in Japan, the trash pandas aren't like the fat, lazy ones you find in the US. They are shapeshifters and pranksters. More like the Fox. Fox City sounds like a pretty good time. The AI in our story is affectionately known as Red Queen. In the film, she's portrayed as a young holographic girl.
I've been a bad girl.
Me too, honey. The name Red Queen is a reference to Lewis Carroll's Through the Looking Glass, which is the sequel novel to Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. In the novel Through the Looking Glass, during a scene called The Red Queen's Race, the Red Queen challenges Alice to keep running faster, but running as fast as she can, she never actually gets anywhere. Alice says,
"In our country, you generally get to somewhere else if you run very, very fast for a long time."
The Red Queen replies,
"Here, it takes all the running you can do just to keep in the same place."
The Resident Evil story sort of parallels this notion with the Red Queen AI. And if you didn't catch it already, our protagonist is also named Alice. Coincidence? I think not. Despite being an artificial intelligence, Red Queen displays emotions such as fear, anger, even sadness, particularly when faced with the threat of her own destruction, or when reflecting on her origin. This humanizes her character and adds complexity to her interactions with the protagonist.
You're all going to die down here.
As if the Red Queen isn't cool enough, we find out early in the movie that, spoiler, Red Queen has locked down the Hive in an attempt to contain the spreading of the T-virus. Contain? That's some of the most amazing research being done by the wonderful people at the amazing Umbrella Corporation. The T-virus is a super cool product that turns everyone into zombies! In this film, the main protagonist, Alice, is portrayed by Milla Jovovich. Another spoiler alert. She went on to carry the role through the entire first 6 movies. Yeah, She's kind of a badass. She just won't die. You may remember Mila as the body barely covered by the white duct tape in The Fifth Element, or a stoner serenader in that 70s flick shot in the 90s, Dazed and Confused. The director of the first, fourth, fifth, and sixth installment is British filmmaker Paul W.S. Anderson, known previously as the director of Event Horizon. Cute. And for his work on the first Mortal Kombat film. Okay. And since he's, well, basically just done a shitload more Resident Evil films. Here's a freaky fact. Here's a freaky fact for you. No. Anderson proposed to Mila Jovovich shortly after the film's release, and they married around 6 years later. They're still married today and are parents to 3 hideous children. Additional cast includes Eric Mabius, James Purefoy, Martin Cruz, and Colin Salmon, among others. But most notably is Michelle Rodriguez of Fast and Furious. She plays one of the lead commandos, Reina Campo. Here's another freaky fact for you. Rodriguez's character was originally written as a male character. However, the director changed the character to a Michelle Rodriguez after watching her audition. Had enough internet for now? Hop off and watch Resident Evil by clicking the links below. Yes! Pay us! Sorry. Enjoy your movie. If you're a member of Netflix Global, you know what to do. To learn more about Netflix Global and how to access all of these movies via Netflix, click this video. Or, for more of me tonight, touch right here.